Unwritten, living the new you in every moment. Well, what I want to talk about this unwritten place is something really special. And I'm inviting you now to go there with me. But in order to do that, I want to talk about something as, you know how it is at the end of every year, like December 31st, getting ready to turn into January 1. We have this opportunity to close out this year and we look forward to the next year. We make our New Year's resolutions, affirmations, and all of that. And we see what we might call, or we have a hope for a bright new future. And I like this poem by Russell A. Kemp. It's entitled, "This is the Year." I want to take a look at this. I've heard this every year for several years, but it's a foundation to what I'm leading to. This is the year. Wonderful, wonderful, fortunate you. This is the year that your dreams come true. This is the year that your ship comes in. This is the year you find God within. Oh, this is the year you are glad to live. This is the year you have much to give. This is the year when you know and live the truth. This is the year when you find new youth. This is the year that brings happiness. This is the year you will live to bless. Wonderful, wonderful, fortunate you. This is the year that your dreams come true. Well, that is a great anticipation to look forward to a fabulous year, and what I'm saying is unwritten. And what we want to do now is talk about this liminal place, this mystical place in between what was and what is hasn't manifested yet. This is called a liminal place. Now, Richard Rohr calls this liminal place that we're pointing to today, that is prior to what's written, is unwritten. He says this: the liminal place, where we are betwixt and between the familiar and the completely unknown. Our world is left behind while we are not yet sure of the new existence. That's a good space where genuine newness can begin. This is a sacred space where the old world is able to fall apart and a bigger world is revealed. If we don't encounter liminal space in our lives, we start idolizing normalcy. The space is called liminal, is God's waiting room. So that's where I'm talking about today. This wonderful liminal space where nothing is written yet, full of uncertainty and everything there, but there's something else there, and I would call it possibility, infinite possibility. It's unlimited, and it's not ruled by the past, not controlled by anything. It's full potential. That's where we want to talk about today. It's unwritten, but that's where the potency is. Now, a lot of people attempt to write the future, like what it's going to be. And if you take a look at some of the movies that speak about the future, sometimes it can be doom and gloom. What comes to mind is this movie Terminator. And it's really about the doom and gloom of the future, and then a robot comes back into today to be able to eliminate certain people, and it gets to be a hairy, scary thing. Well, it points to a couple of things. One, there are views in which we can be in this liminal space that we can access or open up to this infinite possibilities. And I like to take a look at it. One is called utopia look, utopian. This is where societies and everything is just working together in harmony, and there's beauty and there's wonder and there's creativity coming up from the whole. And the term utopia was coined by Sir Thomas More in 1516, and we've been using it ever since. Then there's this other word called dystopia, and this is a state in which the conditions of life are extremely bad, just the opposite, and there's oppression and terror, and when there's lots of people that are living in fear. Dystopia is coming from a point of view that's steeped in fear, worry, anxiety. Utopia is steeped in love and a relationship with the divine. So what we're looking at now is taking a look at what are we going to write. Are we getting ready to write something that's steeped in fear, dystopia, or love, utopia? It isn't written yet. That's the beauty of it. The reason why we're looking at this is right now, if you take a look at all the events that are going on and things that are read, that you could read, and things that are on the TV and all of that, you get a dystopian view. Some things that I ran across, and they talk about the future, and it says what's going to happen is that more and more people are going to work remotely, isolated, at home, and as they self-quarantine because of all of the things that are getting ready to happen, they will become miserable. And what's going to happen is another group of people who, or maybe not as fortunate enough to work at home, will be on the front lines, and they'll be exposed to whatever diseases and things that come down the road. That's going to lead to more people of the haves. The rich are going to get richer, and the poor are going to get poor, and the middle class will be joining them. Then we're going to have a class distinction as property values and things go down. That also we're going to have what they say is this point of view that we're going to have city governments and town governments not able to afford social services, so people will start to get upset. The police department then will come down on black and white alike. It won't matter about the color of your skin. It'll matter of are you rich or are you poor, and the oppression will be significant. At the same time, business will be closing, and they have a point of view that's really dark and oppressive. However, there is a gospel. There's another point of view that clearly is not written. Something is ready to emerge, and what I'm saying is living our life in this present moment, ready for something else to occur, and we're going to call it utopia. And the people with the utopian view takes a look at everything, and they see another view. First of all, you don't see a bunch of zombies walking around and people poor and rich and classing. What they're seeing is something is falling away, that an old condition and system is no longer serving us. So another point of view is saying, wow, my God, what a fantastic time to be alive. And this is falling away. And then discover the benefits of, oh, you know, if we're not moving around as much, air pollution goes down and our air quality goes up. And do you know that LA has had the lowest emissions and this good streak of quality of air the last time they had it like this was 1995. And so people are going to say, you know, I want more of that. And people then going to start buying bicycles and less cars. And people are going to be healthier, they'll be exercising, and their overall well-being will be promoted. The other thing is as people are working from home remotely, more and more jobs will be like that. People will be able to take care of the children better, be there for them, and there will be more harmony in the family. People will then say that we will have, because of the people being at home, that we will have the businesses and even our government will need less real estate and paying for buildings. Instead of doing that, they'll be able to reinvest with other people and everybody will thrive. Now that is a utopian view, but that isn't written yet. We got to take a look at this. What are we going to write? There's a saying, if you take a look at it, the best is yet to be. So what's this yet to be? This in this liminal space of infinite possibilities. How did we get there? Well, the first thing is I'm inviting us to do, as I spoke about a couple of weeks ago, we've got to trust. It is an implicit thing, and we just like air, we just trust in the goodness of the universe. There's an expression that I like, and that it's all good because it's in God's neighborhood. God's neighborhood is everywhere present, and trust that. And then the next thing I'm inviting us to do is open up our hearts to unconditional love. Love handles everything, and we come from love. We anchor in this wonderful place called utopia, something wonderful happening. As we do, something is available to us. Now, you may say, but, well, I don't know, because it's just easy to get hooked by the bad things and fear and worry and anxiety, and that leads us into another direction because it's all there. What are you going to draw and attract, or what are you going to participate in? Imagine this. You're sitting at home, and you've got love and joy and peace sitting next to you, and you're watching TV. Then all of a sudden, the doorbell rings, and you call out, "Who's there?" And you say, to hear the voice, it's fear, along with worry and angry, and, you know, I can't tolerate this, and I'm freaking out. They're all here. And you get ready to get up and say, love says, I got this. Love walks over to the door, and you're thinking, when love walks over to the door, they're going to disappear. Love opens the door and says, come on in. And you're saying, love, what you doing? Do you know who these people are? Yeah, I know who they are. And love says, hey, fear, worry, anxiety, all of you, tell me, what are you upset about? What's on your mind? And when they say what's on their mind, what they're upset about, and where it comes from, love says, thank you, because now I can heal. So all of these characters are playing a role of pointing to the areas that just need more love. So don't fear. Don't worry about fear. Bring fear on in so that love can cure what is causing the fear. It's a wonderful process. Then the next process I'm inviting us to do is to do this. Most of the time, we want to choose what we want. We got infinite possibilities, and we say, I want that, and we set our goals to it and all of that. This is not about goal setting. It's not about being self-authoring. This is a different process. What I'm inviting us to do, relax in love in this liminal space, if only for a moment, and then allow what's there and its infinite possibilities to call your name, so that then you can be drawn to it and it is drawn to you. And in that is a co-creative moment. You bring your love to it. And in that moment now you are being orchestrated. You're going with the flow. That's what we're talking about. This is your time, beloved. This is the wonderful, wonderful you that you're bringing to this wonderful, wonderful moment. Now, this is a mystical moment. I'm inviting you to open your minds, open your hearts, and listen to the words that Lisa will be sharing so that now we can take this deeper into a wonderful space.
So, today I have 9 journals here with me. And what do you think all of these journals have in common? What they have in common is there is not even one word written in any of them. And last time I went out shopping with my daughter for journals, she said, "So Mom, you're getting ready to buy another pretty book that you will never write in." Well, she's right. I absolutely love journals. And it occurred to me in preparing for this today that there's something about these beautiful blank pages that really helps me and puts me in direct contact with the field of unlimited possibilities. Possibilities. And it's like a quantum wave. That moment just before the wave collapses into the particle, into form, we know that anything is possible. So what we are actually exploring today is the foundation of what it is really to be a 21st century mystic. And this ability to look into places that are normally not seen. And today it's looking into this place of the unwritten that precedes creation. And really having a direct experience with this field of unlimited possibilities. And then to be able to create from there. So we are building this capacity to be channels of an emergent future, which is one really of absolute novelty. Now there is cyclical novelty and there is absolute novelty. So cyclical novelty occurs in recurring patterns such as the seasons, where you have spring, summer, fall, and winter. There is an expectation and something to look forward to that is familiar, and yet there's something about it when it comes around, there's a freshness and aliveness there. So there is something here with absolute novelty that we really see has never been seen before. And this can either be coming from a personal space, it could be something that maybe you've never seen before personally, or it can be something perhaps that has never been seen before anywhere in the universe. So what we say about that is that it is really a mega download. So let's ask ourselves in this moment, do we truly have the capacity to hear a message of absolute novelty? One that perhaps may be unpopular in certain segments of culture. And then can we follow through? Can we discern, receive, and implement it? So this is the primary work of the light worker today. Then the world really is crying out for us to do and to be this like never before. We cannot create a workable future out of our past, however brilliant our past may be. So we see clearly that there is another option in this moment, that we're actually presented with a clean slate, which is untethered in any way by the past, any of our past thoughts or beliefs or ways of being. And the future itself really is unwritten. What might happen in our awareness of all this if we don't rush in to create that next new thing, but we actually linger a moment in that gift that's being presented to us in every nanosecond just before creation? That gift of a clean slate and that freedom of a fresh start. So let's take this now into meditation. I invite you to find a very comfortable way of sitting and just relax. Begin focusing on your breath, taking some deep breaths in and out. And if you would like, you may close your eyes. So with your breathing in and out, just imagine that you are really breathing in a benevolent future. Teilhard de Chardin gives us this image of the future, that we are moving into ever-expanding ways of love. And there's a magnificent benevolence in this picture, in this trajectory of love. So in this moment, just breathe that in. And breathe it into your entire being, so that it is not something that is out there, but is very much something that is alive in every cell of your body, in every aspect of your thought life, and in your emotions. Just breathe and allow this to become you, this benevolent, beautiful future of moving forward into expanded love. And now imagine that there is a light inside of your heart. And just feel its warmth and see its beautiful glow. And allow it to lead you to the place in you that is not yet written. This part of you, this part of your evolution that is not yet come into form. And feel that part of you, that expansiveness, this hush, this quiet. Feel the past falling away. Feel this nanosecond that exists between inhales and exhales. And be with whatever images come to teach you of the nature of this space. Maybe it is a place in nature with freshly fallen snow, not yet touched. Fresh and new. And hear the voice of this unwritten part of you saying in this moment, I am unwritten. I am undefined. The pen's in my hand. Ending unplanned. I am not my past. I am untethered and free. I am the field of unlimited possibility. Now imagine a time in the near future, perhaps a time later today or tomorrow morning, and see yourself taking a pause before you speak to be in this place of the unwritten. Before you take action, see yourself taking pause to be in this place of the unwritten. See yourself now standing before someone who is beloved to you in your life. And before the familiarity sets in, take a moment to see this part of them that is yet unwritten. This very sacred space just before creation, even beyond this time of meditation, is available for you to step inside of in every nanosecond. And as you do, I will meet you there. When our souls lie down in that grass, the world is too full to talk about. Let's co-create a magnificent future together.